Hello, this is Troy with the Noble Grafted in Middle Position. I want to key more on the narrative moving forward. We're in Ezekiel 20, verse 33 down through 44, but it doesn't do as much good if you don't understand the narrative that we're reading from prophet to prophet. Now, I went over this in the last one like this in the last episode, where you have all these segments, like the first coming, the transition, and the second coming there. But it's more important that you see the fact that there is just, like, this is the unseen realm, and there's a lot of passages that go with that. So then you have the remnant. There's a lot of passages that go with the remnant. And, you know, these are things you just get as you study the rejection of the Messiah. And these are just scratching the surface. The resurrection of Christ, the reconciliation, all these passages. The reality of the moment with the Islamic nations surrounding Israel. A restrainer, all the verses that deal with this. Regional problems. The Great Tribulation occurs here, and it's important to understand that's tied to the patriarchs, the promise given to the patriarchs. The return of Christ, day of the Lord's wrath. So this would be the Great Tribulation. This would be the day of the Lord's wrath. And then a day, whoever heard of such a thing, a nation being born in one day. Plus, you can see this, Paul ends up his Romans 11 right here. He quotes Isaiah 59:20. He quotes Isaiah 27:6. So Romans 11 ends with a quote from these two passages, which actually would take you to Revelation. And then before it was written, of course, you have to go back to Isaiah 60 to prove that. Then you have recompense on the nations that go against Israel, refugees that survive, a regathering of Israel that happens after their Messiah returns, not before, and reuniting of the tribes. This is a very big theme in Scripture. Paul even talks about it when he goes before Agrippa. The restoration of the nation of Israel, where Christ reigns on earth, and then the Redeemer reigns from Revelation, and the return. You must remain in heaven until the restoration of all things, Acts 3:20, and then those whose names have been recorded in the Lamb's Book of Life from the foundation of the world. There's the narrative right there.